do federal law enforcement officers have to comply with state-specific search and seizure restrictions? My name is Anthony Bandiero, attorney and senior legal instructor for Blue to Gold Law Enforcement Training, bringing you the roadside chat from beautiful Steamboat, Colorado. This is an amazing, picturesque, majestic place. If you have not been up here, this is the first time I've ever been up here, and it's really off the hook. It's really off. It's almost as nice. It's almost as nice as Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Not quite, but also I live in Idaho, so there you go. All right, so this officer works for Department of Homeland Security. He's a federal protective officer. He protects, federal properties. He says a lot of these properties are 95% leased. The other 5% are actually owned by the federal government. And so a lot of times he charges them federally. However, he also has the authority to assimilate local laws under 18 U.S.C. 13. So if he assimilates a local law, let's say that a person is on federal property and there's no federal law on point, but the person's doing something that there's a state law, he can actually assimilate that law. He can say, look, I'm going to charge you under state law, okay? Now, when he does that, though, he is going to take them before a federal district court judge. They are not going to state court. So the question is, if you're in a state like New Mexico and Massachusetts and New York and Washington and Colorado, see if this officer doesn't tell me where he's at, but if you're in these other states that are very restrictive, where the cops maybe did something that would not be authorized under state law, right? The federal cops did a search or seizure that is prohibited by state law. Can they still use that evidence in the federal case, or that way that they did business, the arrest and so forth? And the answer is yes. Federal officers are not bound by state constitutional restrictions. They work under the Fourth Amendment. And they're also in federal court. Now, if you took this case to state court, let's say we did something where the person got searched or seized that violated the state provisions, and a local police officer took the case and tried to prosecute it and charge it under state law, and it went to a state judge, well, the judge is going to look at it through their lens, which is the state constitution, right? If you're going to get convicted under a state law in state court, then those provisions apply, but they do not apply to federal action. And I've not seen a case that tells me I'm wrong here. In fact, maybe the opposite. But I'm not very familiar with this Assimilation Act, right? I've heard it thrown out there before, but I just don't know how actually it goes down when it comes to charging this person. But regardless, that's what I know so far, right? So if I'm wrong, or if you want to add some context, please, by all means, add it in the comments below. But that's what I have for you. We should be good to go. I would not even worry about it unless your U.S. attorney says that you got to comply with state law. All right? All right, that's what I have for you. You like what we're doing here? Like, subscribe, join the webinars every single week on Wednesday nights. They're free. Go to bluetogold.com. Okay? Until next time, my friends, stay safe and just make good case law.